Hi guys! Hello, Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode 4. We are going to do our recap live. This is my first live recap, but I just want to see if somebody else might want to jump on and recap with me. So, Season 9, I must say, this has been the best season for me so far, and I have watched all 9 seasons. Okay, this season has been the best so far. So far, the couples seem to be matched well, with the exception of Jamie and Elizabeth to me. But I'm loving season 9. I am loving season 9, and hopefully you are too. Alrighty, so welcome back to Church Girls Want to Get Married To. My name is James Hilton Thompson, and hopefully you have watched Married at First Sight Season 9, Episode 4. I am in my PJs because it is hot in these New Jersey streets, honey. Hot, hot, hot. So yeah, did you guys like this episode? I really enjoyed it. I'm still waiting for the drama. There wasn't much drama, with the exception of Jamie and Princess Elizabeth. I am wearing my crown. This was my crown I wore on my wedding day in honor of Princess Elizabeth because she is like Dr. Cal. I believe Pastor Cal said she's a princess or she's prissy or something like that. And we really saw that on this episode with with her and Jamie. Thumbs up, please, as you come in the room. Thumbs up as you come in the room. So again, for those of you who don't know or you're just catching up, the couples are Iris, who is a virgin, and Keith. We're going to talk about that. Amber and Matt. Amber is 5'2" and Matt is 6'9". I love it. Then there is my beloved Jamie. I love Jamie and Elizabeth. And then there is Fiona and Iris. And of course, the couples are in Antigua for their honeymoon. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Antigua. And I thought it was romantic for Greg to bring Diona breakfast in bed. I just love breakfast in bed. Let me share this out 1 second. I absolutely love breakfast in bed. I love it when my husband makes me breakfast in bed. And so I thought that was romantic. So I started out with them in bed, and then it went to Amber, who is claiming that was their first time having sex. Now, I believe I mentioned in episode 2 or 3 that I do not believe that no one had sex on their wedding night. The couples are claiming that no one had sex on their wedding night. Amber said her and Matt did not have sex. I do not believe it. I think they did have sex on their wedding night because she was all over him. Elizabeth also claimed that they did not have sex on their wedding night. However, Jamie said the first time with my wife, she's spontaneous. She has a lot of energy. What does that mean? Energy. Has a lot of energy. I don't believe it. I think they all did it except for Iris and Greg. Iris and Keith and Diona and Greg. I don't think that they did. Okay, but I do believe Elizabeth and Jamie did, and I believe that Amber and Matt did also. Then it goes to Greg and Diona under the tree, just talking and bonding, and I really like that. Greg says Diona is direct and she's ambitious. That's nice, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't know. Now, what some people are saying, they don't think Diona likes Greg. And I did a video on of the 4 guys, which would you go out with? And I said I would have to pass Greg up because I don't find him attractive. Even though he's a Christian man, has a great job, well spoken, never been married, and no kids, I would kind of have to pass him up because I don't find him attractive. Well, I didn't even think that maybe Diona didn't find him attractive. It's just a couple of people are saying, Janice, I don't think she's attracted to him or she likes him. But I have not picked that up yet. So maybe I need to go back and watch last week's episode. She did snap at him one time and I thought that was inappropriate. But I never thought that maybe she don't like him. It just never crossed my mind that maybe she didn't like him. Elizabeth claimed Her and Jamie have not had sex because Mother Nature took over. Lies, Elizabeth. Lies. I believe you had sex on your wedding night, and I believe you had sex last episode in that very sexy lingerie. I have that lingerie, Jamie. I went through my stuff and Elizabeth, and I looked. I do have that lingerie, and when I put that on, guess what? It's going down. So I do not believe that you have not had sex. Oh, because we were tired. Lies. Just tell us the truth. We know you are that girl that is all the way out there, and we are all wondering what is your poor father, who you have this very weird and questionable relationship with, is thinking about how unladylike you're being on getting undressed in front of the camera people. I mean, who does that in front of the whole United States and the whole world to see? But you did not have sex yet. Lies. We don't believe you, girl. We don't believe you. Okay. Keith and Iris was walking on the beach. I thought Iris bathing suit was so cute and sexy. It was pink, very strappy up here and strappy on the side. So it's just the front and the back was covered. Some people are saying, what kind of virgin girl would dress like that on the beach? It is the beach, it's the beach. So 2 piece, 1 piece, whatever. It was very sexy. It was very cute. She did have on a fanny pack. I don't know why. I didn't think it was cute at all. So I thought that was was nice. And she looked very, very pretty. And I love her hair. I love that Diona and Iris are both natural, and they are keeping up their hair very, very well. Especially Iris, she does a lot of things with her hair, but I just love that both girls are natural. And another thing I love is that both girls are of darker complexion. Remember, 2 seasons ago, we had this colorism situation with Tristan, disgusting Tristan. And so last season, Jasmine was of a darker complexion and of a regular girl. I like that about Jasmine. And Jasmine's my favorite. I love Jasmine. I know some of y'all don't like her, but I love her and I understand her. And this season, Dion, I think she's of not just an average body. Iris, of course, is a model, but I love that both girls are natural. But I especially love that both girls are of the darker pigmentation. So I absolutely love that. So Jamie and Elizabeth was Princess Elizabeth was playing volleyball. She's never played volleyball before. How can you be 30 years old and have never played volleyball? Even in school, in gym, she's never played volleyball. One thing that came out, I did see a little bit of Unfiltered. I don't watch one Unfiltered. I cannot stand Jamie Otis. I can't stand her. And so, yes, I will miss Unfiltered because I can't stand her. I don't know why they have her every season. There have been so many other wonderful girls who have been on throughout all 8, 9 seasons that they could use that I just don't understand why they keep using her. Use somebody else. Use Monet. Use Courtney. I love Courtney. Courtney is wonderful. Lots of other wonderful girls who been on all 8 seasons that they could use other than Jamie. So I don't watch it, but I did catch a little part. James, Keith had shacked up before. Interesting, Keith shacked up the Christian boy, but again, even though his friends might have raised him in the faith, doesn't necessarily mean that he's of the faith. And remember, I did a video of are Keith and Iris unequally yoked because Greg, when the guys met up, Greg was talking about his faith, and then it cuts to Keith, and Keith is saying, well, Greg is very religious, and of course, I'm not like that, but I respect it. And I have a question with that because why would Pastor Cal match, as the old church mothers would say, a heathen with a Christian girl? And I think that's going to be a problem for Iris later down the road in their faith war. Okay, so Keith has shacked up before. Jamie and Elizabeth were talking, and came out that Jamie has shacked up. I am disappointed, Jamie. And Elizabeth had shacked up. Well, we expect that from Elizabeth. She's the out princess, Elizabeth. She's just the out there girl. Okay. And then while Jamie and Elizabeth was playing the volleyball, all the couples came and they hugged and they were so excited for seeing each other. I really love that. I really love that this season and last season, and I think the season before, that the couples get to meet up and get to know each other and they all go to the same place, because I think that support is important, because when you don't have anyone else to talk to, at least you can talk to the other girls. And I really, really love that for the last 2 or 3 seasons, that they all go to the same place and they all get to meet up. So they play volleyball, then they split up. The guys were talking, you know what they were talking about, sex, but the girls were also talking about sex. Iris reveals that she is a virgin. Keith revealed to the guys that Iris is a virgin, and they were just like, "What? I'm shocked. I'm so happy. That's not my wife." And then Greg was saying how Deanna has not been in a relationship, and Matt was like, 10 years? What did she say about that, not being in a relationship for 10 years? So, I was celibate for a very long time. I was dating for marriage. I only wanted to meet to date for marriage. So I don't know if Deanna was dating for marriage. It sounds as if she was not. Because in her interview, I did go back and watch each person interview, because I think I was missing some things, especially with the Keith. His faith is not like that for him. And Deanna said she is tired of being the third wheel. So that means her sister or whoever is going out, and she's the third person with them who doesn't have a date. So she might not have been in a relationship, but has she been on any dates? That's a question I would love to get the answer to. Hello, Mr. DJ Rags. How are you? Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode 4. I am doing the recap live. Thumbs up, please, as you come in the room. And please share this out if you have a community tab. Thank you. So I thought the guys were interested. Matt was, I was like, what? What is her explanation for that? And so I think that has affected Deanna, and I'm going to be talking more about her. So then, of course, the couples, after they played the volleyball, everybody split up. Okay. What, Deanna, girl, what is up with the long grandma dress on the beach? You are on the beach. Okay, I could understand. I could understand. Mm. My kids are at the movie with dad. I can understand you have on one of those see-through dresses or something. But she had on like a dress on the beach. Everybody had on like a bathing suit, or maybe something. Iris had on a bathing suit, but then she had on like a little, what is that, shawl on the beach. I thought that was very nice, and I thought that would have been nice for Deanna, but she had on a whole dress on the beach in the hot weather. Um Oh, another thing Elizabeth said, when the girls were talking, they're talking about who had sex. Amber revealed they had sex last night. Lies, Amber, you know y'all did it on the first night. Stop. Just tell us the truth. We know. We know you was all up on him. We know. And then Elizabeth said her and Jamie talked about getting matching tattoos. No, man, no, thank you. But kisses and but lips, some cheeks and some. Okay, and Deanna said her and Greg want to build a relationship, which I think is good. I think it is important. Sex is such a big part that it is. I don't think you should just jump into sex. I think you should build up to it. You should build a relationship. And so I think Greg and Deanna is doing the right thing. Iris and Keith is doing the right thing, even though Iris, allegedly the virgin who has done everything else. I hope that she does not have sex with Keith until she is sure that the marriage is going to last. So I would hate for her to go ahead and do it, and then the marriage doesn't last. And so I think she should really wait on that. Greg is saying with her not dating for 10 years, it's a red flag. Is she going to trust him? Which is true, right? Because when we've been single by ourselves for so long, can we trust the guy? So it is a red flag. She has the independent mentality, and I can see that with Fiona. And I talked about this last season with Jasmine. Jasmine says she's an independent Black woman. I would call myself an independent Black woman before I got married, but that does not mean I did not want a husband. I was an independent Black woman, meaning I was not dependent on anyone, any man, to do anything for me. I worked very hard to provide a good life, a comfortable life, for me, for my daughter and myself, for my daughter and myself. But with Diona, you can really see the independent black woman with her, and I'll talk about a little bit more about that um, um, later. So then the drama begins with Jamie and Princess Elizabeth. So apparently, Jamie was at the hotel room laying down. He was on, it looked as if he was under his phone because he jumped up. Elizabeth came in all crazy. Oh, where were you? You didn't care about me. I could have my kidneys ripped out and sold. I thought that was offensive, Elizabeth, especially where you are. Very, very offensive. I thought it was offensive. Um, so apparently there's communicational issues between them because Jamie said, wait, what? At the picture I just put up, he said, my bad, I'm not a mind reader. So it sounds as if the girls were one place talking, the guys were one place talking. The girls came and they met up with their husbands to have lunch. Princess Elizabeth claimed she went back to the room because she had sand in her vajayjay. Yes, she had sand in her vajayjay. So she went back to the room while the other wives sat and had lunch with their husbands. She went back to her room, took a shower, and waited for Jamie for 2 hours, thinking that Jamie was going to come. Well, 2 hours later, she was hungry. She finally went out and ate, came back, and was yelling and screaming at Jamie. And I can see how offensive my white baby daddy was because he is not used to being talked to like that. So they were not communicating. And he's like, well, I'm not a mind reader. He said the other wives waited with their husbands. You came up here. So Elizabeth seemed as if Elizabeth wanted Jamie to run after her, the princess, instead of communicating. Jamie, I'm going to the room to take a shower. Would you like to come with me? He would probably say no because I think he just want to break from her. He's been stuck with her for the last 3 days. She's yapping, 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 yapping. She is a princess and she is prissy. And I think Jamie was just tired of her. I think Jamie was just, oh my God, guys, let me just sit and spend some time with the guys, which is what Jamie did. But Elizabeth was upset about that. So Jamie was saying, when I'm snapped at, I shut down. And a lot of guys are like that, right? A lot of men are like that. When you snap at them, ladies, they will shut down. That is why the Bible says a man will prefer to stay in the corner of a house on top of a room in the middle of winter than to stay in the house, in a big house with the nagging wife. Wife. And so I think Jamie just wanted a break from Elizabeth. He was glad to see her go. So I think they needed to communicate. And it's not that they didn't have their phone, because later we will learn. Okay, next thing, Iris and Keith is talking. They were talking about their pet peeves, and Iris was saying, I see you on your phone, but you spend your phone on yourself some time on the phone for a long period of time extensively. And Iris is saying, well, I go on my phone and I do little things here and there, which is what you should do, right? But it seems as if Keith stays on his phone. So it's not that they didn't have phones. So I don't know why Elizabeth did not communicate with Jamie that she wanted to go back to the room. Keith also said his pet peeve is when he wakes up in the morning, he likes to slowly wake up and he doesn't necessarily want to talk. Iris, she talks a lot. Everybody says she talks too much. And her voice is loud, like mine. Her voice carries. Iris want to get up and go from 0 to 60 miles, and he's like, "Well, I'm not like that." Okay, so this is a part of learning each other. Like I get up, I'm an early person. I can be up 4:30 in the morning. My husband is not like that, right? He sleeps in. I come down, I make the coffee, I bring it up. Or when he wakes up, I'll bring him up some coffee. But my husband is not like getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning unless he's traveling. Like his flight is like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, he's not getting up. And that's fine. Each person, even though you're married, you are in a covenant, each person is still an individual that you need to maintain. Reza, hello. Hi, welcome. Married at First Sight Season 9, Episode 4. Did you watch? I love it. Alrighty. So then This is where Miss Independent comes in. Diona. So Diona and Greg goes to play a game, and she doesn't read the rules or how to play it. And Greg is saying, "Wait, don't we need to read the rules and the instructions?" She was like, "Nope. I just try to figure it out as I go." And she said she's an introvert. I don't see that in Diona at all. Mm-mm. Maybe I need to watch again, knowing all this stuff. She's an introvert. I don't take that from her. So they were playing the game. That was a very interesting game. I need to look it up. Greg has issues with her not in a relationship. That would affect me also, but it just depends on if she was dating for marriage. Thumbs up, guys, please. Thumbs up as you come in the room. There are 5 people in the room, and I only have 2 thumbs up. A thumbs up would be appreciated. Thank you so much. Okay. So that's that independent thing, where I'm just gonna try to figure it out versus let's read the instructions and then we'll learn from it or allow Greg to lead. And she didn't do that. Okay. Second day of the honeymoon, Amber and Mac was working out. I thought that was interesting. I love that. I always wanted a guy that I could work out together. My husband has no interest. He walks, but he doesn't work out. I used to run track, so of course I'm the physical one. And Amber said, "Oh, you like to thrust up, up." So Max says, "I thought you would like that because it would benefit you." Was that a sexual jab? She was saying. I don't know if you guys caught them. So that was interesting. So they didn't do much that way that day. Matt and they was just working out. They went to see like a water thing. It was cute. I feel like they don't have a lot of stuff to do where they are. Um, I feel like they don't. Okay, so now Keith had a surprise for Iris, and she guessed it correctly. They went on a bus ride. Surprise! It's a swim with the fishes. Stream raids or something. I said I was gonna look that up. Now me, I don't want nothing touching me. No fish, no nothing. I think it's disgusting. It's but they had a good time. They were in the water. They spent time together. They had a good time. And this is where they're doing the activities. Diona and Greg, they went zip lining. I cried. I hollered because Greg is scared of heights. Greg Greg is scared of heights, and he almost chickened out. But in the end, he went ahead and he did it just to impress her. Diona's an outdoors girl, and she wanted to zip line, and Greg was extremely scared. So I cry, I laugh. If you watch the video, the live show that I did, I just could not stop. Um, just could not stop laughing. Okay, so at the end of the day, Keith and Iris was having this romantic dinner. I love romantic dinner, y'all. I'm a hopeless romantic. And Keith was like, "Why they got so much silverware?" So uh, Iris had to explain it to him about the silverware. So I was a little surprised. But okay, not everybody knows to use more than one fork knife. And I thought that was cute. Iris claims she had hot sauce in her pocketbook. She carries around a bottle of hot sauce in her pocketbook. Who else said that? I will send you a free copy of one of my books if you can guess who else claim. I know it's a lie, child. It's a lie that they walk around with hot sauce in their pocketbook. She also said that she wished she had a Ziploc bag so she could take some of those crab cakes with her. I guess back to the hotel room so she could have something later to eat. So then Diona and Greg was on the beach and again in a long grandma dress. Oh, Diona, please, honey, get you some sexy stuff, okay? Get you some sexy clothes. Okay. All right. Get you some vacation clothes, shorts, belly shirt, look the little shorts that come up here. I don't wear the little shorts that come up here outside or I just wear them in the house. But when I'm on vacation, honey, and it's hot, put it on. Okay, because you're on vacation with your man. Okay. You were on a vacation. So she was a little tense. So Greg started to massage her. I thought that was nice and romantic. He said he's a hopeless romantic. She is not. And he tried to like, kiss her on the neck. And she said, not right now. And I was like, what is wrong with this girl? She's acting like she's never been around a man before. Now, remember on the bus when they were going to their bachelorette party, they were asked when was the last time they had sex, and she pleaded the fifth. She would not say when was the last time she had sex, but she's acting like she had never been around a man before. So maybe this is her not liking him because this is a very romantic time. They're getting to know each other. They're on the beach. The massage, forget it, honey. My husband massaged me. Woo, Lord. I'm like, oh, take me, take me, take me. But she was like, oh, not right now. Not right now. Oh, let's not forget. How could I forget this? Maybe I was just so shocked. I think that's what it was. I was so shocked about her. He's complimenting her too much. Who complains about compliments? I don't know what woman will complain about compliments from their husband. Women complain about not having compliments from their husband, but to complain that he's complimenting you too much, Diona, like what's wrong with you? Or it's too much. Say thank you. And Diona, Greg said you have not given him a compliment. You haven't complimented him. Why haven't you given him any compliments? Thank you for being so kind and a gentleman. You look very handsome today, unless she doesn't think he's handsome. Because me, I would pass him because I don't think I am attractive. 5 people in the room, please. A thumbs up would be appreciated, guys. Please check your thumbs up. So I don't know what's wrong with Diona. Maybe she don't like him. I'll see next week. I'm gonna pay attention for she don't like him. Okay. Beth and Jamie can't wait to get a place that we're having dinner. They were talking about they can't wait to start their lives together, getting a place together. And then the whole kid talk came up, and Jamie was like, nah, I don't want to have kids. And I was like, oh my God, you don't want to have kids. Thumbs up as you come in the room, guys. Thumbs up. And Elizabeth said, no, I don't want to have kids either. But then when it goes back to her interview, she said, well, maybe one, but not right now. So she's making it sound as if she doesn't want to have kids at all. It sounds as if Jamie doesn't want to have kids at all, but he might have bent a little bit for Elizabeth, who will say eventually, and I can understand that eventually. When I got married, I wanted to wait a whole year. I just wanted to make sure my husband was not crazy. So I waited a whole year before I got pregnant, and now I'm kind of regretting it because my husband and I have been trying for a whole year. Our son is 4.5, and we've been trying a whole year to have another baby, and so far nothing. So, my doctor was right. She was like, James, go ahead and get pregnant right now, because I was 35 when I got married. So 35, almost 36. So, that's considered old. But we have a wonderful son, beautiful son, and we're trying for one more. And so we're just praying and believing God. And now we're seeing doctors and fertility specialists, and we're running some tests just to see what's going on. And so hopefully before the year is out, we will have good news. So then it cuts back to Keith and Iris, and they're in the little swing. What is it called? And it's so romantic. And Keith is looking at her like he just want to eat her up. Like, oh, just want to do stuff to her. And so they're talking about sex. And then Iris, I'm going to do another video on this, is talking about variations of sex. So Keith says, you're always talking about sexual intercourse. And she said, well, there are different variations of sex. So Keith says, oh, so you've done other things. And, she didn't say yes or no, but she said, so my question, and I'm going to do another video, variations of, what's the sense of being a virgin if you're going to participate in all these variations of sex, whatever those are? I'm going to come back and talk about that later. What are all these variations of sex she's talking about? I want to know. You're putting it, you got the ding-a-ling everywhere else. in your ears, in your eyes, every other where except there. And I think I shared on a video that I did, another video I did, the generation after me. Now, a generation in the Bible is 20 years, but this day and time, I think a generation is 10 years because not me, but the generation after me. Now, my daughter is 25. I am 42, and I have a 25-year-old daughter, Alexia. She'll be 25 next month. I can't get out because I have all my little shorts on. And not her age, but the one that's older, about the 30-year-olds. Yes, honey. When I was coming up in the church, that generation, around the time when the first black president said he did not have sex with that woman, even though his semen was found on her mouth and in her dress and stuff. So they started doing a whole lot of stuff and said they're still virgins. It wasn't sex because, there was no penetration, or they just put the tip in, but don't go any further. And so they're saying that was not sex. So apparently Iris has participated in a number of variations of sex, but she said, oh, it's not really sex. So to me, what's the purpose of saying you're a virgin when you have gonorrhea in your throat? Like a virgin girl I heard was getting married, and days before her marriage, she was diagnosed with gonorrhea of the throat. How did you get gonorrhea of the throat, dear virgin girl? So I want to know more, but I'm going to do a video on all these variations of sex that Miss Iris was talking about because I need to know. I was celibate for years. All this stuff is new to me. Talking about all these variations of sex. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about all these variations of sex that Miss Iris was talking about? And so they talked some more. They talked and talked, and I was just wondering, was Keith going to get variations of sex that night? Because apparently she's open to a lot of other things. So I was just wondering, was Keith going to have some variations of sex? What y'all think? Do you think he got some variations of sex that night? Variations of sex. And so it showed, then he goes on to show Elizabeth and Jamie in the tub. So last week they were talking about the names, and I think I mentioned this in my other video about thumbs up, please. Thumbs up as you come in the room. Please check your thumbs up. Check to see if you gave me a thumbs up, please. And Jamie said, well, what does your dad call you? And he was like, he calls me Beth. And he said, well, I'm going to call you Elizabeth. I guess he doesn't want to call her what her dad calls her, but he spent the whole show calling her Elizabeth. I thought that was funny. So Jamie, the sexual ones, Jamie and Elizabeth was in the bathtub, and you know what happened. Let's hear if she said next week they didn't have any sex. Just lies. Oh, lies, and more lies. So basically that's it. Next week, I think we're going to start to see a little bit more friction. Matt and Amber was having dinner, and it sounded as if it's time for Matt to go away for 2 months. That is what Pastor Cal was talking about. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up as you come in the room. Thumbs up, please. Check your thumbs up. Thumbs up as you come in the room. That is what Pastor Cal was talking about. Matt traveling, and he did not. Hello, Marine Glow. How are you? Welcome. Married at First Sight, Season 9, Episode 4. Did you watch? Please check your thumbs up. A thumbs up would be appreciated. Please. So this is what Dr. Pastor Cal was talking about with Matt and Elizabeth, with Matt and Amber, with him traveling. It just is not fair for somebody to get in a brand new marriage with him traveling, and he's 31. Matt is 31, so by 31, he should have already figured out, is he going to be traveling? Is he ready to settle down? He said he's ready to settle down, but he doesn't have another income to replace his basketball income. And I'm assuming that could be hard. Playing basketball might get him a lot more money than just having a detailing business, just having a regular business. But he should have already thought about this. And so it seems as if there's going to be some friction next week with Matt and Amber. And yesterday, I started putting my money on them because I'm like, I really like this couple. I really, really like them. But you like the couple until friction comes up because you kind of know how you're going to deal with situations when they come up. So far, Amber and Matt, they were just lovey-dovey and kissing and everything, and they didn't have any real friction. So next week we're going to see how they handle frictions. We saw friction with Jamie and Elizabeth this week. Deanna and Greg, they just always had friction, child. Always had friction. Iris and Keith, I think we're going to see that next week with Keith with all the condoms falling out his hair, his pocket, his shoes. He got condoms all over the place. I think that's next week. So we'll see the couples have a little bit more friction, and hopefully next week Greg can get some love, even if it's a hug, because it doesn't seem as Diona have even given him even a hug. Poor Greg is so starved for love and affection. So hopefully next week he'll get some love. So that's basically it, guys. Hopefully you get high fun with the girls. Fun with the girls. Hey, thumbs up as you come in the room, please. So hopefully we'll see what happens next week. I'm excited. I really like this season. I think so far the couples have been greatly matched. Except I think that Jamie should have gotten somebody like Courtney. Courtney of season one. I just, I don't know. I think I think Elizabeth is a little bit too much for Jamie. Excuse me. What do you guys think? Which of the couples do you think is going to last, and which ones do you think is not going to last? I'm thinking Jamie and Elizabeth is not going to make it because I just think that Elizabeth is going to annoy Jamie to no Princess. Princess Elizabeth is going to annoy Jamie to no end. And Jamie and I, we are kindred spirits, we're kindred souls, and he's a lot like me. He's very picky, like me. And I just think she's going to annoy him to no end. So we'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Anyone, you're just eating it up. Make sure you guys see my other videos with, I did the live show where I talked through the show, what's happening. I also did a video on Greg of the dating game of which of the guys you would choose. I would pass up Keith, he's too young, he's a little boy child, little boys need mamas. I would pass up Greg because I just don't find him attractive. Matt is questionable. He's not stable, and I love stability, and so that leaves me with Jamie. Only thing with Jamie, I haven't heard him say anything about his faith, so I don't know if he's a man of faith. And but other than that, Jamie's my guy. I absolutely love Jamie, and I just hope that for the rest of the season he is the perfect gentleman. And I hope that he leaves Elizabeth. Find him a nice girl, a nice, calm, even tempered girl like Courtney. Courtney of episode one, or Molly. I love Molly. I did stop watching that season because I knew something was going between John and Jessica, and then he finally came out. So if when Jamie divorces Elizabeth, Jamie, go find Molly. Okay, find Molly. and marry her. She's a nice girl for you. Or Courtney. Courtney's divorced. And marry her. Okay. All right, guys. Since no one is saying anything, you're just eating it all up. I'm gonna run, and I'll probably come back later and do another video about Miss Iris and her virginity. All right. Love you guys. Remember to watch my other videos. Please share this out. Please subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Please, a thumbs up would be appreciated. I really need those thumbs up. So if you have not given me a thumbs up, please check your thumbs up and give this video a thumbs up. Love you guys. Have to go. Bye bye.